Hey, what's up, Spooky fam? Today we have another list of 10 horror movies that come just under 80 minutes because sometimes even an hour and a half is too long and you need something short and sweet that packs a punch. So these are 10 more films I think you should put on your radar. Like I said, all of these do come under 80 minutes, and I do have 3 more parts already to this series, so if you would like to catch up with that, I will leave it down below. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, check out the rest of my channel if you want to see what's coming up in the future, because I do have some exciting content coming. And without further ado, let's get into 10 more horror movies that come under 80 minutes. Starting off at the back, we have The Den from 2013 that comes in at an hour and 16 minutes, directed by Zachary Donahue, where a young woman studying the habits of webcam users witnesses a murder online and becomes the killer's next target. And if you guys like found footage, this is definitely one to check out. We watched this one recently and I had pretty low expectations with it, but I enjoyed it a lot. There are a few more found footage films on this list, which I feel like is appropriate because those are films that I think should be under an hour and a half. At number 9, we have Creep from 2014, one of my favorites, coming in at 1 hour and 17 minutes. Directed by Patrick Bryce, Aaron answers an online ad and drives to a stranger's house to film for the day. The stranger is a dying man who wants to make a movie for his unborn child, but the requests become more bizarre as the day goes along. And a fun fact for you all, this film is almost entirely improvised, which makes the ending jump scare that much more hilarious, if you know what I mean. Number 8, we have a newer film that really caught my attention, and that is Kids vs. Aliens from 2023. Comes in around an hour and 15 minutes, and this is directed by Jason Eisner, who you guys probably know from a few other films. When Gary and Samantha's parents go out of town, a house party turns into terror when aliens attack. The siblings are forced to band together to survive the night. And if you've seen VHS Part 2, this is actually the full-length feature film to Slumber Party Alien Abduction, which I have covered on this channel because that is one of the scarier shorts in VHS to me, and I love it. I was so excited to figure out that this was like the full-length adaptation, and as soon as it was like, oh, Gary, I was like, Gary, same name as VHS. And then I had to do a Google, as you do when you're watching movies, and my mind was blown. I loved Kids vs. Aliens. Up next, we have I Am a Ghost from 2014. This one is also around an hour and 15 minutes, and directed by H.P. Mendoza. A troubled young spirit enlists a psychic to uncover why she can't stop haunting a house. And this one I haven't watched yet, but it is on my list on Shudder, and that's where it is streaming, not sponsored. But if you guys are interested in that sort of thing, I figured I would put it on your radar since it is on mine. If you guys remember, I believe it was the last video we did in this series, I talked about the fear footage films. And up next, we have the fear footage 3 AM from 2021. This one runs an hour and 10 minutes and is also directed by Ricky Umberger once again. And all we know from the synopsis of this one is Dennis Rosen disappeared September 19th, 2020 while filming an episode for his Urban Exploring YouTube channel. I do love a good YouTube crossover. I love a good Deadstream happened to be my favorite movie of 2022, and I think it was because of the crossover with social media and how close it hit to home with being like, I do YouTube, and like that was what, like it was a stream based. It was hilarious to me, and I just loved how that kind of took a turn there. But I don't know, the fear footage is hit and miss with people, and same with Horror in the High Desert. That found footage series, I didn't like it and I wouldn't recommend it, but alas, here we are. All right, we are halfway done the list now at number 5 with Mr. Creep from 2022. And this is only an hour and 6 minutes long, directed by Isaac Rodriguez. 3 college students stumble upon a secret television broadcast of a deceased serial killer and search for its location. And this one is free on Tubi. We've been watching so much Tubi lately. There's so much content that is worth watching on Tubi. And this one actually, I came across it in a Facebook group about found footage films because that's the kind of person I am. And this one, so many people were talking about and recommending. So here I am, just passing the word along. Number 4, we have Atros from 2015 at an hour and 19 minutes. This one also has an American remake. This one is directed by Lex Ortega. While examining a traffic accident where a woman is badly hurt, an unorthodox police commander finds proof of even more gruesome facts and decides to deal out of vengeful justice. And this one I have to give a huge shout out to Horrible Reviews, Yaron, because he was the one that shared this in a video and I had to put it on my watch list. And I can usually, like 99% of the time, I trust his reviews. Number 3, we have another found footage film from 2022 called Exhibit 8. This one is an hour and 16 minutes. This one is directed by Ruben Brauerhuis. I believe that is how you pronounce it. A woman and cameraman team up to shoot a documentary on the disappearance of a woman's brother. They cross paths with a film crew who are creating an even more sinister narrative. And like I said, I did lots of found footage on this list, but this is the last one. Number 2 is a recent film, another recent film from 2023 called Unseen. I believe this one is also streaming on Shudder, but this one is another film running at an hour and 16 minutes, directed by Yoko Okumura. Sam receives a call from Emily, a near-blind woman who was running from her murderous ex in the woods. Can Sam be her eyes via video call? And that's where I'm gonna end that one, because if you guys have seen See For Me, I feel like those two would be a good double feature. Same concept. And last but certainly not least is a movie that I mentioned in my last video, and I said we would be talking more about it, but this is Are We Not Cats from 2016. This one has a runtime of an hour and 17 minutes, directed by Xander Robin, and once again, 2 strangers spark romance through their unusual habit. And I did spoil a little bit of this in my video talking about just weird films that I feel like people don't talk about enough or maybe haven't seen. And this one truly is a wild film about 2 people who bond and fall in love over their fascination, fixation with eating hair. And spoiler alert, there is a very shocking scene. If you guys don't want to know the ending of this movie, like skip like 20 seconds ahead, because I do feel compelled to like talk about it. It's been like stuck in my head for so long, so like skip a little bit if you don't want to hear. But the end of the movie, it concludes with the woman eating all of the hair off of the man's head, and there is a massive mass of hair in her stomach, and they have to like extrude the hair, and then the hairball is like kept, and at the end it's like spinning on a fan, and they're like rekindling their romance. And I just think it's the most beautiful thing ever. I cry I've seen it almost 3 times now. I believe I started it a 3rd time and just never finished it. I just think it is one of the most beautiful scenes in a film. Just 2 people who get each other, and it's not a shameful film. It's like more based on like understanding and empathy and trying to exist in a community of people who aren't like you. And it's not like a cannibalism film, it's more like subtle, where you're still like eating a part of one another, but like just, I feel like it's more like consumption for love in this one, and I really enjoy it, and I really enjoy that theme. So if you've seen the film, let me know what you guys think. And if you have an extra about an hour and 20 minutes to spare, check out Are We Not Cats. Check out all of the films on this list if you have nothing going on this week and would like a new film to watch. So I'm gonna leave you there. I have another one of these videos already ready, so stay tuned. Like I said, we have a lot of exciting content to get to, so I am excited, you should be excited, and I'll see you guys very soon. Sayonara, Spooky fam.